Charlotte Wright. So, to rectify this, I will have next week, I will have, the next meeting, I'll have like little flyers to give to you guys. And also, could you look in your, junk mail or your spam, because that's probably where it's going? For Miss Charlotte Wright. Or, look in your junk mail or spam. And, I'll also send out another email with, Jonathan's address with all the information for, to be all the forwarding correspondence with my name and my email address, so you guys can get it. So if there's anybody out there who haven't been receiving any emails, you can come up to me and I'll put your email address into the system.
Fletcher Bland.
Fletcher Bland, 444. Well, shouldn't the email be under the name of the district rather than your personal email?
It's Charlotte C. Wright, 13, Michigan 13th
Okay,
District.
you said your email not.
Yes.
Okay.
My email for the district,
Okay.
yes.
Thank you.
Any more questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is the financial report. Chair now recognize the treasurer, Ricardo White.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The reports are available on the table to the other side of the room here, to my right. So we started off last month with $1,030.50 in the bank account. We did not receive any membership checks from the previous month, but we did pay out 3 items. One in the amount of $30 for deluxe check, the next one for $321 for key awards, and the last one for impressed cash, and that was $200. We did collect $200 in petty cash, which left us with cash on hand of $687.50. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you. Motion is in order to receive the treasurer's financial report. Is there support? It's been moved and supported to receive the financial report. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, this action stands approved. The next item on the agenda is greetings from the Westland Democratic Club. Okay.
My name is Henry Johnson. I am not president of the Westland Democratic Club, but he asked me to make this presentation for him because he's finishing the ribs in the back. I want to welcome you to the city of Westland, and I want to welcome you because I'm really pleased about some of the stuff that's going to happen today. First of all, I want to introduce you to some really fabulous young friends of mine that are working hard to increase their scholastic aptitudes, working in the community, and in this 2 rows, you're going to find the next Tommy Hurt. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to the Norway boxing gym. This afternoon, after this event, after the meeting, we are going to be going across the hallway where the Westland Democratic Club is sponsoring a luncheon for you. We are having ribs, chicken, meatballs, and other stuff. For our friends that have dietary restrictions and with pork, we have 2 types of ribs. One's a beef rib and one is a pork rib. And then the meatballs are beef. So there's plenty of food for everybody. I want to thank you for coming to Westland today. Enjoy yourself. Stop at the mall, please. Stop at the mall. Spend lots of money, particularly at Penny's and Sears, because they're talking about reducing the amount of stores. Stop at the mall. And Mr. Mayor, it's always great to be in your presence.
Thank you. Thank you. As I stated earlier, the Westland Democratic Club has been a strong partner with this district and helping us to build membership as well as members engagement. And at this time, I'm going to veer away from the agenda and recognize a few of the elected officials. Regina Ross, who is a member of the Community Council for the 7th Council District Community, Regina Ross, as well as I'm going to, at this time, ask for all of the statutory executive members to please stand. Statutory executive committee members, please stand. As Representative City Santana. Thank you. We also would like to recognize Mike Keller, who is a member of the Westland City Council. Is he still present? Oh, thank you. Thank you for your help. Appreciate it. Keep your help like he's part of the name. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And then also we have Melanie Hines, a member of the executive board, as well as a Wayne Westland School Board. She's been a strong supporter of this district and the Democratic Party. I love Melanie. Actually, I love all of you all. Also, I'll recognize a couple of candidates. Virginia Williams, who is a member of the Statutory Executive Committee and the Western Wayne County Vice Chair. She's running for Romulus City Council. We also have Deborah Folks, who's here, who is running for Westland City Council. Virginia Williams running for Romulus City Council. And then Miriam Katie, she's running for Westland City Council. And also, we also have State Representative Betty Cook Scott, as well as State Representative Sylvia Santana. Oh, there you go, over there. And I want to really, Eva Webb, I didn't see your name on it. She's running for Romulus City Council. Any other candidates running? Oh, Edward Martell, who's running for Romulus City Council. And say your name. Okay, say that again.
Ursula Wester, I'm running for City Treasurer of Romulus.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Oh, yes.
Mike Karen running for another term on the Westland City Council.
Absolutely. We did the show.
Tasha Green running for Westland City Council, hoping to be the very first African American woman in Westland.
All right.
Joseph Schaefer running for Westland City Council.
And all of the folks, we've received their request for consideration and endorsement, and we thank you and welcome you for here. Okay? Yes.
Hi everybody, I'm Councilman Kevin Coleman from Westland. I'm running for Mayor Westland.
All right. And with that being said, we will now go to remarks from the Mayor of the City of Westland, Bill Wild.
Thank you, Chairman Kenlock, and welcome everybody back to the City of Westland. We're very proudly chose the Westland City Hall for the meeting today. Some of you, I'm sorry, I'm looking at my friend Erskine here. I'm so glad that they're recognizing you guys. This guy is making an incredible difference in our city. But I think this is the second time that the City of Westland has been a host for the 13th Congressional District meeting. Is that true?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
So everyone's probably been here already, but if you haven't been here yet, this is our new City Hall. It's about 2 years old now, but we're still extremely proud of it. For those of you that have been around for a while, you recognize this, may not recognize it, but this building used to be Circuit City. So we utilized a big box building and we turned it into an incredible City Hall. So now we can have incredible events like this here on a daily basis. With that said, you got to stick around for the Westland Democratic Club. These guys, when they lay out a barbecue, and you got the president, Arthur Warrenbeck, they're cooking today. You can't go wrong. So definitely stick around for the Westland Democratic Club launching today. And I really like the idea that the executive board has come up with to recognize groups or individuals within the district as the Congressional 13th moves and meetings throughout the district. We couldn't have picked a better organization in the City of Westland than the Norway Boxing Club. these guys are doing such an incredible job. Erskine Wade is just, I mean, I almost feel like he was a godsend sent to the city of Westland, and he told me that he's here because this is where he was needed. He's making a difference with so many of our youth in the Norway area. And Norway it's the oldest community in the city of Westland. The city of Westland is 50 years old. Norway is 75 years old this year. And we have a lot of youth in the Norway area that were looking for opportunities. And the Norway Boxing Club has been a way for them to break some of the cycles of the challenges they've been facing. With the Norway Boxing Club, these guys are, I hate to say it because the boxers are here, boxing is about the last thing they do after they do all their homework and they work with each other for mentors. They do great things in the community. They're cutting grass. They're getting involved in all kinds of different things. And at the end of the day, they're learning fitness. They're learning nutrition, exercise. They're learning how to be young adults, young men, very respectful. And it's just an incredible thing that's happened right here in our All-American City. So we're very proud of them, and thank you, 13th Congressional District, for recognizing them today. And with that said, I just wanted to remind the 13th is that we are, and you guys know this, we are the most dynamic congressional district in the state of Michigan. And now that we've gone through, our convention, now it's time to get serious. There's elections coming up. And I can tell you that just in the city of Westland is a nonpartisan local election for the mayor's race. And Kevin, sorry I didn't clap when I introduced you over there. So, but at the end of the day, these are nonpartisan positions. But I am telling you, man, that stuff's getting partisan, and it shouldn't be because it's a nonpartisan position. But people that recognize themselves as Democrats in Westland are being attacked by people that are Republicans. And it's happened since the new administration's come in Washington, and they've got the majority in Washington, they got the majority in Lansing, and they're not happy. They want the majority all the way down to the street level. So Democrats at the local level are being attacked. And so we've got to come together. We've got to make sure that we're electing good people at the local level. I've been around for a while, I've been mayor for a while, I'm a full-time mayor, so if there's candidates in your communities, in the 13th Congressional District is a big district, if there's candidates in your community at the local level that you think I can help or you think that our team can help, we'll certainly are willing to do that because we're all going to have to work together. We've got an important election coming up in 2018. It's our election to lose. And whatever happens up in Lansing is going to go through the 13th Congressional District, so we're going to be a big, big part of it. All right? So with that said, enjoy the rest of your day. As Hank said, Hank is one of our honorary here in the city of West. He told you all the things that you need to do. You got to make sure you stop by the ball when you're playing, all right? You don't have to go to famous dates because we're going to take care of that. All right? One quick question.
Yeah, this is a quick question. Apparently Westland been in the papers lately, and one thing they've been in the papers for is about the firing of some librarians because they wanted to organize a union. I want to know, is that true, since you're part of the 13th District family?
Okay. Well, there's been a lot of misinformation in the paper regarding that particular situation. Usually when someone says Westland's been in the news, it's pretty good. So it's usually good things happening. This is something that I'm not happy with. Our library in the city of Westland is it's independently controlled. The way that our city set it up is there's a separate millage for the library. There's a library board that the candidate or the people that sit in the library board are appointed by the mayor and they're confirmed by the city council. And once they're on the library board, then they actually they run the library. They hire the director. They oversee the hiring and the firing of the employees. So what we found, what we had happen there was that at some point the library board, working with the director, or the director working with the library board, decided to do a reorganization. And there were 5 employees that they were laid off. They weren't terminated. They were laid off, and then they quickly replaced them with 3 part-time employees. And this was all happening at the same time that the employees were talking about unionizing. In the city of Westland, I've got a great relationship with our unions. There's 5 unions in the city of Westland. All 5 of them endorsed my re-election campaign. In the city of Westland, the library employees have tried to unionize in the past, and they brought it up, and actually about 2 or 3 years ago, they voted to unionize, and the employees actually turned it down. So this time, it was in the process of organizing again, and these 5 people were laid off. So the timing of it to me was pretty suspicious. I didn't find out that these 5 librarians were laid off until they called me 2 days later, wanted to meet with me. So the library director, who I think is the one that's responsible for this, turns out that she lives in Bowling Green, Ohio, so obviously she's not even connected with the community. The library board hired her a couple years ago through a national search. But at the end of the day, I was able to get the library board to put the director on an administrative leave so that the union vote could go through. And our employees, and I've actually been kind of keeping the chairman in the loop on this from the very beginning. The employees did vote to unionize, so we did get over that. There's actually a gentleman that's here today, and I'm not going to single him out, but his daughter was one of the employees that was laid off, and the new union actually hired her to work as a business manager for them. So it's something that I'm working on in the city. Once you're a mayor, everything eventually lands on your desk. This one's a little bit tough because I don't have control over hiring and firing the director, and it's just about darn impossible to get rid of these library board, the people on the library board. I mean, you almost got to shame them into quitting, but at the end of the day, it's something I think we're going to get through. Getting the union vote through was the first thing. Making sure the library is working on a day-to-day basis, and if you went by there today, you wouldn't even know there was a problem because the employees are doing an incredible job. But it's something that we're managing, and we'll get through this. I really think the issue at hand is the director, and I'm working to make sure that that we can replace our director. And one of our council members, Mike here, is here, and another council member, Kevin Coleman's here. So all of us are kind of working our way through this one. But I appreciate you bringing it up because there has been a lot of misinformation, and there's a lot of stuff on Facebook, and I don't have to tell you guys that, you know, Facebook isn't necessarily the best place to get your, it's a great place to get information, but it's not the best place to get accurate information. So it is something we're working on, and I appreciate you bringing that up.
Just wanted to know.
Okay, thank you. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you.
We'll take a couple more questions of the mayor. Are there any other questions? Okay. This will be the, any other questions? This will be the last question. Thank you.
My name is William Taylor. Katie is my daughter.
I wasn't going to point him out.
I'll point myself out because I want to contradict you about something, which is that the libraries were fired. The newspaper, the online newspaper, which has been rife with errors in their reporting, does insist that they were laid off. But from my daughter's standpoint, she was fired. The 5 were fired. But you know, thank you for your support for all the board members and the people in the room who are running for office for the city council. I appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you. And I will just reiterate the fact that Mayor Weil and many of the electeds in our community have been communicating with me. Like I'll give you my report as it relates to the conversation I'm having with folks at 36th District Court. You'll be the last person. Your name, please?
Paul Brady, tell me what union is now.
SEIU?
Okay. SEIU.
You know, what's strange about it is they only represent one other library, and it's in California, so.
They have doctors in California too.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor, for all your support.
And I'll be here if there's other questions.
Okay, thank you. Next item on the agenda. Let's give another round of applause. Next item on the agenda is the chair's report. And under the chair's report, on Thursday, the Statutory Executive Committee did meet and took a few actions that I will be reporting to you today. One of the actions is that the Statutory Executive Committee did endorse Mayor Bill Weil at the meeting on Thursday. Also, there are a couple of resolutions that the Statutory Executive Committee did act upon. First resolution is authorizing the chair to issue awards, proclamations, citations, and resolutions in the name of the 13th Congressional District, recognizing events, contributions made by individuals or organizations, past, present, alive, or deceased. Also, the Statutory Executive Committee did appoint or did elevate Yvette McElroy to the position of female state central delegate for the because of the ineligibility caused by Patricia Garrett, and that the Statutory Executive Committee did appoint Portia Robeson to the position of female state central alternate on the at that meeting. We had some deaths over there the last month, and the Executive Committee did pass the following resolution. The resolution states that be it resolved that the 13th Congressional District Democratic Party organization do hereby posthumously recognizes the late Ezra Brandon and the Honorable Titus McClary for their tireless contributions towards the betterment of mankind. Be it further that the 13th Congressional District is stronger and better that they once lived and gave so much to its citizens. Be it finally resolved that this resolution shall be placed in the archives of the district so that future generations shall know that Ms. Ezra Brandon and the Honorable Titus McClary were once members of the 13th Congressional District Democratic Party organization. Those actions were also adopted. Also, I did note that we do have a vacancy on the Statutory Executive Committee, and I will be recommending the corresponding secretary, Ms. Charlotte Wright, at the next Statutory Executive Committee meeting to fill that position. She served as corresponding secretary under the last term and this term, and she do a fine job as a corresponding secretary. I really appreciate her, with the communications, and we're only going to get better and stronger with getting information out. We're in the process of establishing a website. So we're, as I mentioned in last month, that we're looking to begin funding the initial starting point budget of $50,000 so that we can begin to do a number of activities and engagement events within our district. We have, I have had a communication with the party in which, as you recall, I've been talking about how we've been, at the local level, been calling on the Democratic Party to make sure that the state party bring resources in at the local level, and so they've been calling on DNC to do that, and they're working on trying to get the local districts and whatnot to the resources to actually hire organizers. So they're helping beyond what we're doing to raise money to hire organizers, as well as an executive director here in this district. Because of time, and as well as a request that was made by the chair, I want to introduce to you once more the chair of the Political Organizing Committee, because we're looking to put together, we're currently working on putting together an engagement activity or a retreat for party members and precinct delegates to inform them of the belly of the Democratic Party, but also roll out our engagement plan. We're going to be doing a lot of door knocking. We're going to be doing a lot of calling and keeping people informed of issues that are impacting them now and how they can make a difference or begin to weigh in on some of those things. So in all of that, we're in the process of also identifying another office location. AFSCME Council 25 once owned 600 Lafayette. They have since sold it, and the new owner has gone up a tad bit on the rent. AFSCME, and the former president of Al Garrett, was very gracious. A lot of time they didn't chokehold us as far as the rent. But of course, this is a business institution now, so we'll be finding another location, another office in the coming weeks where we will actually be having our operations conducted from. So I definitely want to do that, but I'm going to veer away and use the privilege of the chair to recognize Esmond Osmond, who is the chair of the political organizing committee, and also he's a candidate for a doctorate. This young man. And part of his university has allowed him to get part of his credit with the work that he's going to be doing within the Democratic Party, but more importantly inside of this district towards that doctorate program, doctorate obtained. So I want to recognize Esmond Osmond. He's one of the hosts of a DNC fundraiser that's taking place this evening to engage millennials, and so we have a lot of voices and a lot of faces, and we're very engaged in this district, and I'm so excited about that. Esmond, would you please bring the update as it relates to where we stand with the political organizing engagement that we're putting together, and then Mike Willer will call on him as well.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
It's a pleasure to be here. As the chairman said, my name is Esmond Osmond. I'm a grad student at Wayne State with my PhD in political science. I am the chair of the political organizing committee, which is essentially we're going to be dealing with all the grassroots initiatives in the 13th district. Our first initiative is to put together a precinct delegate training workshop. It's also going to be for party members as well, where we're going to train precinct delegates as to what the responsibilities are, what the roles are, leadership, membership recruitment, all that. Precinct delegates are, grassroots as you can get, and they're very important. So what is that going to do for our communities when we have more engaged, knowledgeable precinct delegates? What's that going to do for constituents in those precincts? And so right now we're putting together packets, and Taylor and the chairman are putting together packets, and we're trying to do it for, I think, in the middle of July is when we're planning on having the workshop take place. And so when you get the location down and the dates down, you guys will all get notified about that. So thank you guys.
We will have a number of activities and engagement things that we will be pulling together in the district, not just inside the district, but also in conjunction with the Michigan Democratic Party. They just hired an organizer for this area, and Marino Taylor, and so he'll be visiting us in the I guess at one of our meetings. And so I'm definitely, Marino. He's actually here. Okay, Marino. Yeah, so he and I and Esmond will be meeting in the next week. And so Marino has been staying in touch and sending us information, and I really appreciate that. Let me recognize you.
Mr. Chairman, I appreciate the announcement about the group organization. Had the committee chose other members to be involved? What's the process? Because we have such a wealth of knowledge and precinct delegates here, and we want to lose that. I appreciate you being a professor at Wayne State University, and I'm very aware.
Okay, no, I, as chair, as you know, will be every 2 years, and I mentioned at the last meeting, and I was going to get to that point in my report, that every 2 years, it's a reboot. We start from zero. And so we had to get, the first thing I wanted to do was identify strong individuals, committed individuals to serve as chair of the respective committees. That's the first thing. Because during the last term, we had a lot of committees and people didn't come to these meetings. So I want to make sure I started with putting strong and committed and dedicated chairs. Now I will be issuing out email asking individuals their interest in serving on the respective district committees. And once I get the list, Dr. Randall will compile that information, and we will then begin. She's worked with me over the last year of going through all of the belly of those requests. And basically what we'll do is I will appoint individuals to as many committees as I possibly can, because if you want to work in this district, I'm here to encourage that. That's my job, as I mentioned, is to be the facilitator. And so we're going to be sending out emails, as well as for the next couple of meetings, we'll ask individuals to, if they're interested in serving on committees, to please let me know by the end of the meeting, and then I'll consider whether or not they'll be appointed to the requested positions. Now, what we want to do is make sure we have a working and productive committee. So we expect to have about 15 to 20 individuals on these committees, but we want people who will be engaged, and we know a lot of you are interested in serving. So we're going to be sending that communication out in regards to that. At this time, I will now ask for Hank Johnson and other members of the Statutory Executive Committee to please come forward for the presentation of this plaque to the Norwayne Boxing Club. With the statutory officers, please come up. Are there any other elected officials, current in office holders from the city of Westland? Any other current office holders? Any other elected? Any other elected legislators? Melanie Hines, can you come over here? Oh,
She came.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
She's so short, he can't see when she take a picture. Oh, take a picture.
Virginia Williams. Yolanda Lipson, will you stand in for the congressman? Okay, at this time, I would like the coach to please step forward along with your members of the Norwayne Boxing Club. Oh, absolutely, so I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, let's go over to the wall. Thank you. Well, let's start.
You gonna take my place?
I'll now ask the mayor to give us an historical, once again, the historical importance and contributions of this organization. Then I'll read the plaque, and also we have some comments from the leaders of this organization.
Okay, well, once again, thank you, and what I'd actually like to do is the founder of the Norway Boxing Club, Jeff Stires, is here. And Jeff actually grew up in the city of Westland. He grew up in the Norway area. He was a Golden Gloves, I hope I got this right, he's a Golden Gloves boxer. I think he retired when he was 11 and 0. He went out and found his way in the business world, and he's decided to give back to his hometown. And if I could, maybe we could just let Jeff say a couple words about what your vision for Norway Boxing Club was, and then maybe you can tell us how you found Erskine. Okay, yeah. Thanks, Jeff. Thank you, Mayor. After 102 amateur fights and 11 professional fights, the punches finally started to sink in a little bit, even through a thick skull. And through my boxing career and subsequently as a business owner, when Mayor and I met a few years ago, we talked about the revitalization of Norwayne. And one of the things I never had privilege to here in Westland was a boxing gym. So I had to go down to the gyms in Detroit, whether it be Kronk or Cromwell or Butzel, wherever it might be. When Mayor and I were talking about the revitalization of the Jefferson Barnes Center, I committed that if he was able to do that, the first thing that would go in there would be a boxing gym. And he's right in saying that Erskine was a godsend. And I won't bore you with the details, but Erskine wasn't my first pick to oversee the gym. Erskine and I go way back. We fought together eons ago, and through a number of steps that I believe were all divine in nature, Erskine was the person that came to lead the young men and women of the Norway boxing gym. Erskine is tireless in his efforts, not only as a boxing trainer, but as a community advocate, cutting lawns, shoveling walks, doing whatever he can for the Norway area. He has done immense work for the young men and women of the gym. He has taken them to church. He has driven them to get haircuts. He has run interference for them when needed, and truly a godsend. Our mission, our motto at the gym is building champions for tomorrow. But champions are not confined to just inside the ring, but outside the ring. And we've done many good things, one of which we partnered with the University of Michigan boxing team. We went on campus last fall, and these young men and women were able to see and give them campus from dorm rooms to the law library, and what a great partnership that's been. So with that, we're very proud of where we've been. Erskine Wade is truly the leader of this initiative, and I thank him from the bottom of my heart. And also Mayor Wild and the rest of the Norway community, Hank Johnson, and all who support the Norway boxing gym. So I thank you.
The plaque reads as follows. 13th Congressional District Democratic Party Organization, be it known to all Democrats throughout the United States, we, the 13th Congressional District Democratic Party Organization, do hereby honor the donors, staff, and student athletes of the Norway Boxing Club and applaud you for your academic achievement, community involvement, and determined endeavors in the art of boxing. Here on this 13th day of May, 2017, we grant and affix our names, the Honorable John Hines Jr., United States Congressman, 13th District, Michigan, and Jonathan C. Kenlock, Congressional District Chair.
When the boxing thing came about, again, I just wanted to be a coach, but I became more than a coach. I became a father, a doctor, a psychiatrist, some of everything. So it's a great thing to do to get back to the community and give to these kids. Those two kids, when I first came in, there was 2.1, and some of them was just not even on the chart. Now I'm happy to say that the majority of them was 3.4, 3.1. We're really good. And thanks to the mayor and everybody. Appreciate it. And give all the thanks to the man upstairs. Amen.
Let's say, okay, someone take a picture for us, please.
I'll record it.
What?
Still picture. Still picture.
We will now continue with our meeting. Please quietly return to your seats.
please quietly return to your seats. Please quietly return to your seats. Chair's report. Hold on a second. Yeah, one more, yes.
I just make a quick comment. I heard an executive board at the amendment committee, I think referred to as a guide, since we have legislature too, I think it needs to be referred to as relevant.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. Okay, let me say continue under the chair's report, but I'm also going to take the prerogative of the chair to recognize Arthur Warren, who is the president of the Wayne Westland Democratic Club, and also he was in Outback barbecuing and cooking for us in the kitchen. I want to thank him for his contribution today.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, okay, so let's see. Then also under the chair's report, as I reported to both the statutory executive committee as well as the board, the executive board earlier, we're going to be having town hall meetings. We'll also have public hearings to address a number of different concerns throughout our congressional district in the communities within our 13th congressional district. We will have a court reporter who will then transcribe the discussions and the comments and suggestions at those meetings, and we will compile that information and have the respective committee that is organized to address those concerns to come up with ways and ideas to address those concerns, to forward them to the policyholders at whatever level, state, county, or federal level, to address those concerns. We have to become actively involved in strengthening some of these issues of concern that, or address some of these issues of concern that many residents are raising to me on a regular basis. I mentioned earlier that in the Detroit News there was an issue where the district court is banning pencils and pens. When I read that in the paper, I reached out to the court leadership and just spoke to them about how ridiculous that is and how unfair it is for such a policy to be forced on folks who are down there already not being able to pay for various, the parking costs, and then having to throw away, the pens and pencils, and it's just unnecessary. It just doesn't make sense. So they asked for me to not present a resolution in regards to that, but to give them a couple of weeks to talk to the court administrator. And but I will definitely be watching it, and that's why it's important for many of you to serve on court or judicial watch committees, so that we can begin to see what these judges are doing in the courtrooms. Not all judges are fair and open-minded as Judge Slavin, who I've had, who's not in elections. You see this judge, you see him around this county, around these communities, and he's not even running. And so when he's running, when he's not running, he has been committed to the community. And those are the type of judges that we want to elevate to our judicial system. So, but we also want to watch these folks and see how they're treating folks who are coming in and out of their courtrooms. And so, yes.
Excuse me, Mr. Chairperson, you just mentioned that you're meeting with the administrator. Are you meeting with a collective of judges that we elected for the 36th district?
I'm meeting with the people who are making the decision. These are not the judges. It used to be where judges used to elect the chief judge, but I'm meeting with the folks in the courts who can actually reverse this expeditiously. The chief judge solely decides the appointment of all hires within the district, at the district court. And so I'm having conversation at that level, and then they in turn will be having a conversation with the court administrator, as they indicated to me that they would get back with us. So the collective judges, they don't have no say. And you talk to a judge, they don't like it. I spoke to judges, they don't like it.
I bet they don't like us, but
No, they don't like it. They don't. I said they don't like the policy, but they have nothing to do with it. They referred me to the chief judge. The judges did, who I called and complained. Right.
So you got their back.
Yes, I got their comments. I stay in touch with Let me say this, the judges that we endorse in this district, we stay in touch with them on a regular basis. I mean, we have some good judges. We actually, especially this last group, we had some great folks, and they stay in touch, even like I told you, Mayor Wild, and I mentioned to you, I did tell you or reported out when Mayor Wild had, I met with Mayor Wild regarding the library issue, and the mayor has been keeping me apprised of that issue. And, he let me know initially what was going on, and that he told me, and I saw in the results, he told me that he was going to address that and that was not going to stand. And we see at the end of the day, it didn't. I'm talking about Mayor Wild and with the issue of Westland. We want to be effective voices. We want to be able to make a difference. I'm also I want to call an individual name out, but even with a person that was arrested and went through the judicial system, as chair of the district, I reached out to the folks in the judicial system and talked about their contributions to the community and talked about the issues and how it was unfair because many of us in this community are dealing with break-ins and some of the robbery and things that's going on in our community. And I'm here to tell you that the elected officials, both I'm not going to say who and what, but they did address that concern. And, we have that person here with us today. So all I'm saying is we are making a dent, and people are listening to us, here in this district. Okay, yes.
In regards to the 36th District Court, don't forget that there is a city council department, or not department, but committee under Spivey, the Internal Operations Standing Committee, and they are responsible for 36th District Court. So we probably need to also address them on that issue as well.
Okay, thank you. Yes.
If I'm out of order, let me know. Effective land 444. I think we need to look at another issue with the court system, and I know that the jurors are supposed to be among our peers, but the jurors do not know really what to look for when there's testimony given, when the opening closing statements are made. Is there any way we can, this district can look at some type of instructions for jurors or training for jurors? Because if they say, well, you don't look at the evidence, the positive evidence.
Well, like I said, that's a little too deep in the judicial system, and we try to encourage people to make sure they respond to those jury calls. That's at most that I would feel comfortable in us beginning and weighing, because I think that type of instruction is just totally over my pay grade. Absolutely, and yeah, absolutely. I'm just joking, but you understand that's another issue that lawyers need to address in the court system. Okay, at this time, I'm going to recognize Mike Wheeler, who is the Young Dems director, and to just give an update on what the discussions that we have been having on youth and millennial engagement, and we're planning a function or activity regarding for the young people of this district.
How's everyone doing today?
Great, thank you.
So my name's Michael Wheeler. I'm the director of Young Democrat Outreach. Prior to this position, I was the first membership chair of Detroit Young Professionals. Has anyone heard of that group? Pretty big group downtown. And also I'm involved in some of the other events that you see going on downtown, such as the giant dodgeball tournament that happens over here in campus marches and a couple other things like that. So that's my background. In terms of what we're doing for the Young Democrats right now, we are building a committee. We're looking for about 3 people. We have a short list that we're working through right now. We are also refining our engagement plan that's going to be informing and engaging our young Democrats in the area. And then also, as Jonathan mentioned, as part of that engagement plan, we will be having a kickoff meeting in July. I don't want to say a whole lot during this meeting just because we're finalizing the date. I will say a couple things. One, it's going to be at an awesome venue downtown. 2, it's probably going to be during the week, 6 to 8 p.m. And 3, it will be announced, the formal details will be announced at the June meeting. In terms of what's next, I'll be sticking around after for the barbecue. If you have any thoughts about the 13th and what you'd like to see this year, I'd be happy to hear them and jot them down and keep That's part of our engagement plan.
You think delegate membership.
He said, how do you get young people involved? And that's part of, go ahead, you want to take the mic?
Yeah.
Come on, no, don't yell, do not yell out, please. Yeah.
So what Jonathan and I have been working on, using our elected officials to help spread the word when we're ready. And we're going to be relying a lot on digital communication, social media, and also the, our newsletter and such, and other resources to really let people know that the YD organization is long.
So you're going to wait for a kickoff, or?
No. The kickoff is just going to be our first physical meetup, but no, we're going to be building up a following leading up to that kickoff. That's going to be occurring in July.
So if I have about 5 young people, I can see you.
Yeah, and we'll be using these meetings to spread the word.
Oh, okay, I see.
Can you leave your, give us your email address?
Yes.
Okay, you had the district email? You got the, you know it.
What is your email address?
Okay, no. Young.
I like to start with the
Okay.
action group.
One moment, please.
It's just 13 Young Dems at mi13thdistrict.com. On the website, 13 Young Dems at mi13thdistrict.com. And when the website launches, we will be having a page on there with our contact information. Yes, sir.
So the Democratic Party always talks about not only building millennials, but building a bench. What can we do to get more young people elected?
Let's do that.
All right. All right.
Okay. On that, I want to say is this, as this district, and we don't talk about it as loud enough, this district is responsible for having the youngest state representative and youngest state senator in the legislature right now. We have Ian Conyers, who's a state senator from this district. He started here as treasurer, and then we also have Jill Jones, who's a member of the House of Representatives, and we had a very big role in Sylvia Santana in supporting her and encouraging her in running for state rep. So we have we have really been pushing a lot of young people to be involved. Melanie Hines, and just so this is a district that like I said, it's not just our role to just come here and talk. It's our job to encourage and build leadership. That's why we have a lot of vice chairs and a lot of folks who have roles that I'll be calling on them and asking them to assist with various efforts. And let's, Marino Taylor, you had a question?
I was going to comment. I can wait until new business if you want to keep things moving, but that's kind of one of the things that I'm here to talk about. And we can say that later.
I'm gonna bring you right on because a lot of stuff because the folks here and we're ready to eat. So I'm gonna bring you. I'm gonna bring you on. Thank you, Mike Willard. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you. And Marino, I'm gonna bring you under the chairs report. I'll bring you now and give you a couple of minutes, and then we will we'll move all action to the next meeting. Okay.
Thank you, sir. I will keep this very brief. Just wanted to introduce myself first and foremost. For those of you who I have not met yet, my name is Marino Taylor II. I'm the newly hired regional political organizer for the Michigan Democratic Party. So I've been getting out to as many of the local meetings as possible. I do have a fairly large region, but I was glad to be able to get in here today. I have been in contact with much of the leadership at 13th Congressional as well as many of the local parties. There's a few that I'm still working on. But to kind of get to your question in terms of building the bench, and this is something you'll probably see roll out nationwide here fairly soon, but now here in Michigan, this is something that we're focusing on right now, which is identifying young folks and trying to get them into key spots, whether it be just starting out as a precinct delegate, getting them involved, getting them trained and resources so that when we do have open positions available, and unfortunately this is something I'm not sure why we don't have already, but there should be a database of every community in the state. We need to know when the filing deadlines are. We need to know who's in those offices. We need to know when they're moving now, so we can, like you said, build the bench. And I know that is one of the main focuses of Project 83, which is something that the Michigan Democratic Party rolled out maybe a month ago, and it's one of the reasons why I'm here. So I have been working in government and politics here in Michigan and in Southeast Michigan for the last 10 years. Been an organizer, that's how I got my start on the ground. Most recently served as GOTV coordinator for Hillary Clinton in Western Wayne and Washtenaw County, and look at this as a tremendous opportunity for us to kind of get back to grassroots, get folks involved, re-engage, and I think one of the most important things that we can do is build that bench, because we have to take back offices at the local level so that when we actually have openings at the state level and nationwide, that we have folks that are ready to go. So look forward to working with you all, and I appreciate the time, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. I was very excited when Chair Brandon Dillon had contacted me and asked me my thoughts. He sent his resume over, and as well as to other folks in our area, other party leaders. And I thought it was very important that we had someone who was, for one, familiar with the community and who had already been involved in the community. And so when they suggested and hiring Marino, I'm gonna tell you, he has hit the ground running, and that's what we want all of these organizers to do within the party. So I definitely want to thank him for doing that, for what he's doing. We're going to, at this time, I'm going to recognize Councilwoman Watley from Easter City Council, and she wants to extend an invitation. And then also I'm going to announce Hood Research will be meeting at the Dable Center at 12048 Grand River, corner of Wyoming. That meeting will take place from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Today.
Just briefly, what I'd like to do, as the city of Inkster is having their Memorial Day Parade Monday, May 29th. It starts at noon, we're staging at 10. For the second time in Inkster's history, we're going down Michigan Avenue. We blocked off Michigan Avenue. So what I wanted to do, I'm Sandra Watley, Councilwoman for the city of Inkster, District 3. I would like to invite the 13th District to participate in that parade if you would like to. All you have to do is let me know. We'll make sure you get in the lineup. We'll make sure you are right there with the other public officials that are going to be there. We have a request in for John Conyers, and we have a request in for Warren Evans, and all of our people will be in that parade too. So we would love to have you come out, share with us, interact with our people, let them know that we Democrats are still working towards recovering our country. And we don't have to make it great again, because it's always been great. All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
I said staging at 10.
Okay, staging at 10.
And it starts at noon.
But look, there's two things I just found out, and I'm just gonna, Virginia Williams. Let me just say this, and there's two individuals, and I just found out one of the individuals' birthday was today. Sandra Watley, who is an Inkster councilwoman, come back up here, please. And let me also ask for Peggy Noble, who's also my godmother, one of my adopted godmothers, to come forward. It is her birthday as well. I want both of you all to come up. And okay, 1 second.
She's busy. She's working. She's working.
Okay, let's do this. Would you please sing Happy Birthday with me?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Sandra, and Peggy, and Virginia. Happy birthday to you. All right.
Oh, let's give me 6.
See, I
include him as well. Any other May birthdays? Any other May birthdays? Johnny Williams' birthday tomorrow. Let me just say, all of the May birthdays, let me say this, we appreciate all that you do to help move this district and move our communities forward. You do a lot more work at the local level, at these community groups, that we may not be aware of. But I just want to thank all of you all.
And also, your Wayne County clerk, Kathy M. Garrett, celebrated her birthday.
May 4.
Oh, the Congressman's birthday is May 16th. So
And we have to say it also.
I would like to thank everyone for honoring me on my 75th year here on God's earth. As a blessing, and always remember, age is just a number.
All right.
It's the number of years that God has allowed me to live on this earth, still with a sound mind, and very busy in my community.
Yes.
Very, very busy.
Yes.
And I would like to thank you all. Thank you very much. You got to catch up with me.
At this time, I would like to entertain a motion because of so many things that are going on today, but more so, I'd like to ask for a motion to move any items not discussed or that acted upon to the next meeting.
So moved.
It's been moved and supported to move any item and actions that have not occurred at this meeting forward to the next meeting under discussion.
Mr. Chair, since we didn't do good and welfare for the executive bonus meeting, can I make a quick?
Absolutely, come on, right, absolutely, absolutely.
Well, we have a motion on the floor.
Oh, motion on the floor, under discussion, can y'all let me? Is it okay with the body?
I'll keep it quick, we're all starting.
Part of the
Okay,
discussion.
well, let's do this. Let's dispose of this and I'll bring you up. Oh, okay, no, I'm saying, okay, what do we do? We'll dispose of motion, I'll still let them address. Don't leave, y'all. Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? The absence, they close. Okay, not good in welfare, it's no longer good in welfare, we're not on the agenda, here you go. Not open mic, go ahead.
Thanks very much. Real quick, Amy Benchers, the Chair of the Disability Caucus, could not be here today, but she asked me to please pass along word. They have finally secured a location and scheduled their first meeting. It will be next Saturday at 11 a.m. at Local 600. Please come out. If you can't come out, let other people you know about it. We want to make this the biggest caucus there is. Thank you.
Any other announcements, please come stand right here and then so we can get to the
Hello, my name is Melanie Hines. I'm with the Wayne Western Board of Education. I'd like to say we have a board meeting on Monday. We'd definitely like you guys to come out. Some exciting things are going on in the district. We had a group with our William B. Ford Technical Center. They had 40 people from Oakland University, from Southern Arabia come to our facility. It was quite impressive what we're doing with our children. So definitely come and see what we're doing with the district.
Councilman.
I'm the president of the West Lake Kiwanis Club, and we're having a meeting May the 25th. All right. So come and support our kids. And we had a legislative conference last week, I attended, and on Tuesday I'm going back to Lansing, so we're fighting for your children.
All right. Go back to Lansing.
What time you looking?
Where's the barbecue? What room? Do you know where they have it? We go here and go where? It's gonna go next door. Oh, sorry. There you go. Okay.
Hi, my name is Miriam Katie, and I wanted to make an announcement about our Westland Lane Relay Ride that is coming up on June 10th. And it's a 20-hour walk, and I am the community media lead for that. And also our walk assistant team. We have so many teams, about 20 so far, 22 that show up. It's a 20-hour walk. So June 10th at the Central City Park Farmers Market. starting at 11 a.m. and ending at 7 a.m. the next morning. Please come out. We're honoring the survivors. If you're a survivor caregiver, we want to honor you that day right after the ceremony, the opening, and then also preliminary at 10 p.m. Also today we're going to be raising money for Relay for Life. So thank you for this moment to speak about that.
None of this is, once we adjourn.
Oh, we did again?
We did adjourn.
Good afternoon,
We
folks.
adjourned about 10 minutes ago.
Right.
My name is Lester. I would like you to become a member of the VIP club, all right? VIP club is vote in the primary. I want everybody in any organization, I want record numbers of the people who vote in the primary. So everybody become VIP, suggest that everybody become VIPs, all right?
All right, all right.
My name is Tawana Morris. I am your 13th District Michigan Democratic State Central person, and I have been engaged with other central persons, central representatives across the state. There are Republicans that is infiltrating our Democratic Party. We have to use our own minds and our own consciences to make a concerned decision about what's going on in our state. So please, use your mind, vote your conscience. If it don't sound right, it's not wrong. Thank you.
Good afternoon, good morning. Wayne Bernard, Wadsworth Community Block Club, PC Delegate 19-1,
Can't hear you, Wayne.
Wayne Bernard, PC Delegate 19-1, 456. There is a pancake breakfast at St. Cecilia's Lutheran Parish, Activity Hall, 634 Stearns, Detroit. Blues and pancakes.
Wow.
Yes. It's something different. And we'll have candidates come. So, and it's pancakes.
Which day?
And the date is May 20th at 10 to 1. Donation is $8.
You're the last one.
And Ira Sears is who we're honoring. And you can call 491-2845 or James Carter, chairperson, 313-304-9125.
Where's Stearns? What cost it?
Stearns is Livernois.
Okay, we adjourned the meeting for the purpose of actually, so we can get to the barbecue. So what I'm gonna ask is everyone limit their comments to 30 seconds, please, or else, folks can just continue to move. The barbecue will be served in the room adjacent, right across, make it out here, and then go towards the right. Thank you.
Hello, Valerie Glenn, member, good standing of the Congressional District. I'd like to put this on the record again.
We've adjourned.
Okay, then I'd like to state that I, along with several other people, thank you, Jonathan, for me to be adjourned. I was here. I'd like to put it on the record that some of the members are concerned about the fact that we did early endorsements in the city of Detroit. And it's not who we endorsed, it's the fact that it was done before the endorsement process, before the petitions were put in, and before we had any ability to know who was running. Therefore, I'd like to encourage us to look at the policies and the procedures in the future as well as presently to see if it's really fair. Is it fair to make an endorsement? And I did succinctly hear you, Chairman Jonathan Kellogg, say that you felt that you had the ability, or you knew who was doing what in the community, and you knew who was best for the community.
Excuse me.
So without further ado, sure. Without any further ado, I'd like to say, we're going to pursue the possible change. Thank you.
I'm just going to say that please limit your comments to announcements, and at 30, and keep it at 30 seconds, please. 30 seconds.
The raffle?
Okay, 50-50 raffle, we're gonna do the 50-50 raffle, please, yes, okay. Thank you.
My name is Mike McDermott, I'm a member of the Westland Democratic Club. If you live in one of our neighboring communities here, Westland, Wayne, Garden City, Dearborn Heights, Easter, we'd love to have you. We're trying to drive up membership for our Democratic Club. We're looking at staying engaged not only in 2017, but getting ready for the fight in 2018 because we got Bill Schuette at the top. We got Republicans controlling our state house and our state senate. And the fight started yesterday. It started months ago. It started when Donald Trump got elected. But come and join us at the Westland Democratic Club. We meet on the last Tuesday of the month at the Norway Center where our wonderful friends were from earlier. So come out and join us. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Reverend Dr. Gary Benn. I'm a precinct delegate of the Shrine of the Black Madonna Social Action Committee, not the Black Slave, Social Action Committee is having a political forum on June 1st at 6 o'clock, 7625 Linwood. All candidates for city council are invited. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello. I bring you greetings from your Wayne County Clerk, Kathy again. Hi, y'all. That's it. And like Big Les said, vote the primary. Let's say it. Vote the primary. Vote the primary. And from your chair, from the Michigan Black Caucus, Keith Williams, I bring you greetings from him too. I see some of my game changers in the house.
All right, and you're a perfect lead into what I have to say. Not only vote, but know who you're voting for.
How about that? How about that?
Get on the League of Women Voters site. Yes. Every site, MLive, wherever you can find information on the candidates, and see what they say, and see if they don't say anything. I mean, being misinformed is how we get people who are, let's say, a little bit, that's how we get Trump. That's how we get Trump, is by voting without knowing who we're voting for. All right, that's it.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to do the 50-50 raffle. Where, are they ready? Okay, let's see. Oh, no, it's just...
Hello, my name is Deborah Folks, and I just want to take a moment to thank 32 District Congressional Chairman Kinlock and the endorsement committee for the endorsement. Thank you.